It's your girl Euphoria tapping in with today's message. So I want to thank you all for joining me at this time, being a part of the collective, being a part of um the goal, the goal smashing this year. I've been doing a lot of soul searching these past few days. Really trying to understand what the universe is trying to tell me, who it's trying to tell me to keep in my space, and really just stepping into me again, realizing that I had a lot of individuals that I was allowing to stand on my back while I held them up, not giving myself the credit to be able to stand tall in my own personality. You know, it's too many times where people want you to do something for them or bring them along on your journey and incorporate them into your algorithm or something of the sort. And it's like, for me, it's given a no. Um, I see the more I cut people out my space, the younger I look, the more plump my lips are, the more pronounced my features that make me me are. And nothing wrong with having a collective and being attached and connected to a bunch of individuals. But when you finally realize that that individual was trying to hold you back to a truth or to a reality that isn't your own, it is then for you to take initiative and move forward towards what you do believe is your reality. Okay? So, again, thank you guys for the subscriptions. For those of you that have purchased my products that have come through and just supported me, thank you. And again, for those of you all who just continue to show up in the highest light for me, people show up for you and they don't show up and show out the best parts of you, right? They're going to be people who show up for you, but they're not putting your best features, your best foot forward. They're trying to speed past you in spirit world. Take me through there, take me through there, get through your spirit, your soul. But they're not there for you. They're there to just use you as an exit or a gateway onto the next dimension. And then they want you to either fall behind them, they want to steal your ideas, they want to watch you, but they don't want to assist you with getting on their level or past them. That's problematic for me because Jesus had no problem with showing what he did. Either you want to be able to get it or you're not. But there was never like, oh, well, you can't know what I do as Jesus. He lets you know I'm going to I'm going to go pray with in the morning, have my alone time, be quiet by myself. I don't want nobody to interrupt me. Or okay, I'm going to be crucified. I'm going to rise again from the dead. Like Jesus was very open with his practices. So anyone who wants to be in my space and wants me to expose all my stuff, but then doesn't want to dually share anything that they've learned spiritually, I find that to be a spiritual hoarder or someone who's really not working in their highest light. But we're not here to complain about it. We're just here to note it, take note, and say, okay. Today is the 8th. It says, start out joyfully. You try the heart and delight in uprightness. In the uprightness of my heart, I have freely offered all these things, and now I have seen with joy your people who are present here offer voluntarily and freely to you. O Lord, keep forever such purposes and thoughts in the minds of your people, and direct and establish their hearts towards you. 1 Chronicles 29:17 through 18. It says, my husband always seems happy. Within 5 minutes of waking, Dave is humming, singing, or listening to music as he gets ready for the day. Years ago, I didn't want music on in the morning. I didn't want singing or humming or noise, excuse me, of any kind. I wanted silence so I could think. Today, I still need a little more quiet than Dave does in the morning, but we both have found the way to start our day out right. We set our hearts and minds to follow God, and it works. So that sounds to me like in the morning you're gonna find that you see today I have on my throat chakra healing music. And at night I used to listen to these things all night long. Like I would never go to sleep without this stuff on. These exact same videos since before COVID existed. And that was just my everyday alma mater. Like I would never ever ever go without. You understand? So for me, excuse me, for me, it always made sense to it always made sense for me to simply do what felt right to me. I never felt the need to really adhere to anyone else's rules, adhere to what anybody else wanted to suggest. I always knew what I wanted to do. It wasn't until I got into this more spiritual aspect of myself where I have like people attempting to tell me what to do, trying to get me to bow to them and be in their beckon and their call. And it's like, I'm at a point where I feel like my literal identity has been stolen spiritually. Like it feels like my face got peeled off of my head and someone's just running around with my mask on their face. Like legitimately pretending to be me. Right? And in that space of them attempting to do such things, it's like, well, love, I need my face back so I can go ahead on my journey. Like we're now breaking up, we're going separate ways on the path, and I need my face. I need my personality. I need my body. I need my me, my mind, my body, and my spirit need to be in alignment. And you can stay as long as you want to assist me on my journey, but if not, you have to let go, right? Like it's time to let go. And a lot of people aren't ready for that part. So I like to start my days out joyfully, peacefully, strongly, right? And it's like, okay, here we are in this part of the journey. Now it's time for me to go ahead and do my thing because I've realized you don't want to assist me. You genuinely came to destroy. Like, don't get me wrong. It's beautiful when God brings people in to destroy old versions of you so you can build a new version of you. But at the point where now I'm like, okay, you literally like walking around in my energy, my light, my face, and you got people looking at me like I'm not me. Like I need someone else to hold my soul. Like, no, I need you to let go so I could go back into being my original self that I was. But in the passage where they say starting your day out joyfully, it's like, remember she said at one point in the day she hated music in the morning. She hated dancing, singing, all that loud stuff. But it got to a point where every morning she needed that. Not as much as her husband, but she needed to be stimulated to keep herself going. Because when it comes to spiritual growth, you lose pieces of yourself in it, and you lose them to bring better jewels in. Like you imagine, what's up, love? Imagine you get a crown and you lose like all the red jewels, but you never really like the color red anyways. So instead you put purple in it, and then purple's your favorite color. That's kind of how life works. You're going to have a crown always, and you're going to lose pieces of yourself, but you're going to be able to replace them with pieces that better suit you because you didn't realize it, but those pieces of you before weren't really beneficial to where you're trying to go now. Those pieces from before were kind of like tainting you. They weren't allowing you to grow into your best, highest self. And as hard as it may seem to accept it, there's an aspect of acceptance that you can get into in order to just move forward in life. It sucks to know that someone came in to simply betray you, manipulate you, steal from you, tear you down, rip you into shreds. But to know that even with all of that being said, even with all the pain, yes, baby.
What you doing?
I'm alive. What's up?
I'm about to leave soon.
Okay, well, you need to get to it, man.
What time is it?
7:16.
I don't have to leave for like another 15 to 30 minutes.
Okay, no problem.
See you.
See you. Even trying to understand that relationship, like when me and my son were growing up in the same house together, no problem. As soon as my family attempted to pull us apart and I had to go on my journey outside of the house, which I didn't want to, because I'm like, once you have a kid, what is the purpose of leaving the journey of being a parent? Like, I've decided to be the kid's parent. Why are y'all trying to kick me out the house and keep him and all that other stuff? People say, oh no, you want to play the victim, you're not taking accountability. Like, when you truly get to hear someone else's story and you get to hear the pieces and parts that you don't really understand about the person's story, it's like, oh, dang, well, why did they do that? But when you understand some people out here really are movers and shakers in the universe and really are here to actually change the world. Like, people want me to be stuck in a hole where my story can't be told. Like, they want to put me down, funnel a cord through me so that my personality is like off kilter, off balance, and I'm not able to truly be who and what I'm supposed to be. Meaning, like, when I moved into my apartment complex the first time after COVID, very well established woman. I had my head on straight. I had money saved up. I started my business. My friends were coming through. Everything was good. Everything was positive. It was a forward, positive movement. It wasn't until I started letting people date me. And this is why I say when it comes to spirituality and dating, it's very taboo because a lot of people will know that you're on your spiritual journey and people will recognize your aura or your energy because it's a lot of people who are, their sparks are about to fly out or whatever, like, you know. So they'll see somebody like you and they'll be like, oh my God, yes, oh, this energy looks so good. And if you have kids, beware even more. If you're a single mother with kids, oh my God, beware, beware, beware. People will know that you have kids. And if you don't understand what it means to protect your kids spiritually, people will come around you just to be able to siphon off of your children. And the sad part is once a person has found a way into siphon you and they've created their own neural gateway or passageway into you, it makes it hard to get them out, especially if you didn't notice it when they did the actual attachment style, right? You have thousands of nerve endings in your body, and some people have studied root work. So they've studied different ways to map your body out to have access to your energy. So if you weren't aware of this when you were meeting people, when you were starting your spiritual journey, and when you were coming around people to begin with, it really makes it hard to really like funnel out and figure out who made neural passage connections to you just to hinder you and harm you. So that's why a lot of times people do lose their traction and their motion. People do lose their shine because so many different people are coming around them and they're not able to identify how these people are plugging into them. You know, like which chakra are they plugging into? Which nerve ending in the spine are these people plugging into? And then when you finally figure it out and you take your power back, oh my God, these people come back to you like roaches. You'll start to see them like calling, like for instance, when I started doing hair, people, oh my God, come do my hair, come do my hair. And they're so sick when I get their hair done. I'm not sick, I promise. I promise I'm not sick. As soon as you've done their hair, you feel completely drained. You feel like your spirit has been taken over and they leave like, thank you so much. Just thank you. like letting me plug back into you and your new life. So when it comes to spirituality, a lot of people study root work without even being initiated into it, just for their survival, right? So they're coming around you and plugging into you and making gateways into you, and you don't know what they're doing, and you're starting to feel pain in your neck, you're starting to feel pain in the back of your arm, you're starting to feel pain in your shoulder, and you're not understanding how these people are doing this. But it's just like every single person is creating a different signature on how they're connected to you, so that when they connect to you, they show how easy it is to other people. Like, see, this is my property, look, as soon as I come around, look what happens. It's like you don't even want nothing to do with that person, that property, that people, that thing, but because they've learned how to do these things through Santeria, voodoo, their grandmothers, they just simply looked on the internet and saw what nerves to plug into in order to be in your presence, in your aura. Like, even, oh, this person with this loud car, every time they come around, I start stuttering because I can't stand it. It gives me a headache every single time I think about it. Like, ugh. But people do these things maliciously because they're scared of connecting for the right reasons. Like, people don't think nowadays to like just say, hi, what you got going on? How can we support your movement? How can we support you? They just simply say, oh, root work. And it's like, they don't realize how painful it is for them to be attached to you. Like, okay, you feel good, but no, my body's in so much pain trying to hold on to you, hold space for you. And I'm like, what were you doing before I came around? You understand? Before I even came into this neighborhood, before I came to this story, before I came to this location, what were y'all doing? Because my body wasn't in this much pain, one. And two, my body wasn't in this much pain, so I don't understand why it is that you feel like I need to be involved in what y'all got going on. I already had my own personal life before I got here. I don't need to do none of that. I don't need to deal with that. I don't need to deal with that. I don't need to deal with none of that. You understand? And they'll call a person like you bougie or stuck up because you don't want to involve yourself with the pain of the network. But it's like, I don't want nothing to do with it because y'all were surviving just fine before I got here. So why, now that I'm here, y'all don't want to speak to me, y'all don't want to network with me, y'all don't want to get your hair done, y'all don't want to help support my business, but you want to have connections to my spirit? It's like, huh? How that work? Because I don't want to connect to you. I want you to like break that chain of command. I want you to like break that, because it's like, it's so painful. But people will say being an adult is a painful thing, like, and there's no pain, no gain. So, you know, different perspectives on how things really operate these days. But people just don't take into consideration that you really just don't want nothing to do with them. Like, legit, like, no, I don't want nothing to do with that. I want nothing to do with any of that. Like, nothing. At all. Like, cut that out of my energy completely. Like, okay, I didn't see the devil energy card come up. Two of Cups, partnership. Gateways, Queen of Wands, Fool card, King of Cups. I briefly saw King of Pentacles, but I didn't see it fully exposed. I saw like the top of the card. King of Swords. Yeah. And you'll work so hard on your healing journey, and people will just literally like come around, have access to your healing journey, and then tell other people, hey, come look at this. Come get a piece of this. Look at what I did, y'all. I want y'all to join in and take. And it's like, no, I did this work and cleaned up my aura for me. I didn't ask you to bring all that. Like, I don't know. I understand that when you have a beautiful resource, it's always beautiful to share it and give it and allow other people to have access to you. But it's like, if I cleansed my energy and healed and got to this position and this point, I didn't ask to bring your baby mama, your mama, or any of your life drama. I don't want to bring my daddy. I don't want to bring people who were in my past. If we got to this point, it's for us to build from here and then see what's necessary to bring with. You don't bring everything with you just because. No, absolutely not. Because that's how you get more damage, more issues, more problems. Like, you want to put all my eggs in somebody else's bag. And I was like, I don't want nothing to do with that person. And that person don't even want nothing to do with me. Why you keep bringing that over here? I don't want that. I don't want that person as a purse. I don't want to use that person. I don't even use people in general. Like, that's not my personality type. So for me, in a spiritual journey, I'm learning how to really deal with people who make it their business to use other people. Like, they are committed to hurting and harming others to simply survive. I'm never trying to hurt or harm nobody. I'm always like, look, hey, you go home, you go home, you go home, you go home, I go home. We all mind our business. We ain't never got to speak to each other ever again. I don't want to talk to you tomorrow. I don't want to see you. You know, stay away from me. Stay out my energy. This was my energy signature before you came around. I expect it to be the same once I leave. Okay? Yeah, let's get on with this reading. Got a King of Swords in the energy with the Ace of Cups offer. Hierophant, spiritual leader. Then we got the Star card. So some kind of King of Swords has an offer which is going to help you become a spiritual leader and put you in a star position, but you got to trap death in order to do it. Yeah. You got to really clean yourself off these days because people just be tripping. There's a tower that's about to happen. Some kind of tower is going to cause some kind of... What's going to happen with this tower? Trapping death in a tower. Balancing shadow and light. Okay. Justice is going to come about. Whew. A lot of unpacking to do there. I saw a Ten of Swords, but too many cards came out, so I'm not going to take it. I see a yellow aura. I heard yellow auras speak to narcissism. So there's that. We have an Emperor energy. Aries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Get the Temperance card energy, Sagittarian energy.
All right, I'm gonna go catch the bus.
Okay. 7:32. Quickly. Don't forget your cologne. Feminine energy. And transformation. So some kind of transformation for feminine energy. I guess they want it expressed openly. It seems like in this day and age, the only way you get attention is if you pop in your coochie ferociously. From my perspective, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, these cards came out. There's a man that bought the spark. There's a knave or page of pentacles. So, guess this is take what you can get kind of situation because it's got the 9 of cups offer. With the 8 of pentacles. With everybody watching. And the 5 of cups. They saying some kind of battle is going to be won. Hold on, y'all. Lover's card. And going back to the ancestors. So something about this battle is going to be won through 2 people becoming lovers. I'm not sure who these 2 people are. Let's see who the lover is going to be. Be wary of a prankster spirit. This card tried to come up before, but I was thinking it was like not meant to come out, but apparently it is. We get the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Wheel of Fortune, celebrity status, or mastery of a skill. Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Mm. Mm. Oh my. My nose feels completely better now. Okay, one more card. You know, in my dream last night, I was in the mall again. And usually I'm not in the mall because they say heaven was above the mall. Or them all. King of Pentacles. Oh my God. I knew this card was going to come back out. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Lord, today, Lord, come save me from myself. Ugh. Ugh. Oh God. Okay. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, masculine. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. And it's crazy because people really think that it's one thing, but it's not that thing. Again, it don't be the cloud, the popularity, devil energy at the bottom of the deck. It don't be the popularity. It don't be the coolness for me. It be truly like making an impact and having influence and making a change on people. Like getting people to truly change. Like getting people to truly like Knight of Cups, like getting people out of that energy where they feel like they gotta sit here and try to enslave other people that look like them. Selfish King. Yep. Spiritual ancestral abundance. And this was done to an empress. Yep, because they knew you were the perfect person to get the job done, and they did not want that job to get done. So they used this love at first sight scenario to take you off your path. Because they know how much as empresses are lover girls. So what they do is they send someone in to make us fall in love. They really don't. And this Queen of Swords keeps popping up. Like, it's very much given, cut off every single Gemini and Libra and Aquarius woman I know. With the quickness, like. Yep, that's the vibe it's given. Definitely is given. Cut them off. No longer allow access. You know, the first time I was in the mall in my dream, I ran into an old friend. Sidebar. And he said, I just wish I had more time to do things that I love to do. But I remember after he passed away, he kept coming to me in my dreams, and I couldn't figure out why. And it wasn't until I was in this hotel in Delaware at a job site, because I was doing electrical work at the time. He came to me in a dream, and I woke up. My heart was pounding because it was like, you get the bag and fumble it, I get the bag and fumble it, phone home. It's like we were going up this tower, all the way to the top of this tower, and I was about to go into Heaven's Gates. And him and this other dude walked into Heaven's Gates, and me and my brother, I don't remember if we walked in. I think I was about to, but then right when I was about to, my heart started beating real, real fast. And then like, that's when I heard the song, you get the bag and fumble it, I get the bag and fumble it, phone home. And it threw me off and made me nervous. I'm like, what the hell was that? So I immediately went on his Instagram and started looking at his posts, and he posted things like, it's the ones that you never think would do it that would do it to you. You know, all these different things that just made me think like, people in your environment are the ones that want you out of here, out of the game, out of the race of life, or are actively putting you down. And yes, we're moving into this space where everybody's supposed to be collectively working together and whoop-de-whoop, blase blah, but when it all boils down to it, people think that you're the actual person that's doing something to them. So they'll attack you. Not realizing I had attacks going on before you came here that have nothing to do with me. I'm not working with anybody around here. I'm not working with you. I'm not working against you. I don't know you personally. But people will assume that you have something that you're trying to get across your chest or off your chest, and it's geared towards them. And it's like, no. But people think because of their position in the neighborhood or their position as a cultural being or a wife or whatever, it gives them the ability to do spell work and root work to you while you're asleep. Like they'll think, oh, well, you keep inviting your boyfriend over and you know that he's bad, so then I assume that you're working with him. It's like, have y'all heard of arranged marriages and arranged situations where it's like people forcing you into a situation just because it benefits them? Like, come on now, you got to think bigger than what you see with your own two eyes. But again, starting the day off joyful, irregardless of all of that, is the mission here. So if you get this message, just remind yourself to stay in alignment with your highest self. Try your best to push things out of your space that no longer serve you. Of course, what we know about spirit, though, everything's connected. So, like, as much as I want to believe that this person's in a whole nother state and they don't have access to me, they could literally be sitting right here in my face looking right at me. It's just the more you begin to operate in a fashion where it's like, okay, I hear what y'all got going on. That's cool. But this is my truth. And you're not going to stop that because I don't want nothing to do with harming you or hurting you or nothing. I just want you to leave me alone. Like, your presence shouldn't cause me pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want none of that. I don't need a headache just because you exist. Like, that's crazy. Because I've never, like, when I lived in my other apartment, that was never the case. I never just had a headache just because people existed. Like, I always felt at peace. I always felt at ease. I was always just cleaning my apartment, minding my business, enjoying life, playing my music, you know. So I'm expecting that same energy everywhere I go because that's what I bring. Like, good music, good vibes. I'll be sleepy sometimes because people be trying to, like, you know, be people. But I think when we finally learn to, like, allow other people to shine, it'll help us actually shine more too. All right, let's break down a reading. I'd rather lie than to lose you, girl. I'd rather lie than confuse you, girl. Truth is we laughed and they want us gone. Truth is they can't handle me at the top. I'd rather spare you the details, my love. Oh, I'd rather lie than lose you. I'd rather lie. I'd rather. When you got married without your permission, spiritually, is one of the most disturbing truths to ever learn about your life. That you only feel comfortable with a person who's no good for you. But you still start the day off joyful and the sun still comes out because God said, right? Because he knows that you don't deserve that. Love at first sight, this man brought the spark and that's going to cause a transformation. Okay? That's for the spirit, for like familial, ancestral, but then for your soul, that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're the best person for a particular job. A Knight of Cups or someone who's a quick-witted thinker. You're going to help win battles. Someone wants to make you an offer, but it's involving your divine feminine energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. With this ancestral abundance finally coming in, someone's trying to be selfish about it. A King of Pentacles wants to be selfish because they want to be the star. So they're not trying to let the ancestral abundance that you have coming into you come to you. They want to claim to be your husband so that whatever spiritual abundance is supposed to be yours they get to benefit from. They want to look like the king. They want to put you in a hole and walk around in your family's ancestral abundance. They've gone through the portal with you because they're a trickster spirit. They want it to look like it's them, but really it's not. And the ancestors are slightly upset about this. And they're putting in a lot of work in order to be sure to bring you back to some kind of level of studentry so that you could like just be able to take this offer. They want to make you like, oh, you don't know anything, so you become a student, you let him teach you. And it's like, no, I already know what I know. Y'all just was cool with throwing me under the bus like that, though. That's not cool, because it's ways to break out of that. There's ways to break out of that. You don't have to be stuck in that if you don't want to. And for the mind, it says, balancing your light and your dark will help you trap this feeling of death. King of Swords will help with this. Some kind of Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini masculine. As you can see, the King and Queen of Swords just... So for the major arcana, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Empress energy is in your Wheel of Fortune, but it comes with the Lovers and all eyes on y'all. And you being balanced like an angel, Temperance energy, Sagittarius, and having this Emperor energy, that's going to bring you justice. It's going to bring a Tower, but it's going to turn you into a star and a spiritual advisor. So it sounds like still the story is going to go how it's supposed to go, but it sounds like, again, it's a lot of people who don't want it to be that. They want to be the star of the story, so they keep on blocking you from getting to the part of the story where they fall off of the story and you go mind your own business without them. They don't want that because they realize that could feel like a death in reality to them when really it's just an ego death. And they're not ready for ego death because they think that they're really going to die. Or maybe they really are because they're further along in the journey. I don't know. But they don't want the ego death. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I thought that the cord was long enough for me to plug it up when I bent back. Y'all good? Okay. So yeah, yeah, this spiritual journey is gonna be a long one, but it's gonna be worth it. Everybody's trying to put on a different mask and do work and look like this person while they doing it. No, look, I crash out on my own account. I don't need to get on nobody else's account and crash out. If I'm gonna crash out, it's gonna be my face. Now, if somebody running around with my face on crashing out, making me look like a bad person, shame on them. But me, I'm gonna crash out with my own identity on. I can't stand them up because they want to crash out but use somebody else's skin. I hate skinwalkers. I really do. I hate skinwalkers. I hate them so much. Okay, the first card I see is Ancestors and Generations, and behind that we have Rain and Purification. So your ancestors are going to help purify this mess. There's something that's fog and veiled. Like when I took the boy back home last night, out of nowhere, all this fog came. I'm like, whoa, y'all saw how the screen just got dim? All this screen, like all this fog just appeared out of nowhere. And I'm trying to drop them off. I'm like, no, take me to Raising Cane's. I'm like, I don't want to take you nowhere. I want to take you home and get you off my skin. They do the same shit. As soon as you get broken off from them, they come on, take me further, further. And they just use all that time to try to use all these different people to lock in, get in your energy, reroute you. It's like you get away from them for 5 minutes and finally get the fuck on. And they just pessimistically get in your energy and your aura and just throw you off. And we were so close to getting that man up off my skin yesterday. I should have just said, I'm not taking your ass nowhere. You go fuck the home. Tell your mama to go. You have your own fucking car. Get in your car and drive your ass to Raising Cane's on your time. That's what the fuck I should have said. Passion. Because it's just like, you know you're not going to do right by me, so why you still want to be attached to me? I don't get that. Like, you know you're not going to do right, so why are you here? You know you have no intentions on doing right. Why are you here? Like, you know you're only going to be attached to me through my 6. You want to put a hook into my 6. You want to, it's like, you're not going to do right by somebody. Why you want to still be involved with them? If you're not going to reciprocate the energy that you want, like, say you're a man, you want some fellatio. If you're not going to give it back, why are you bothering with somebody that you're not going to, give that same energy to? Why are you hindering somebody else from being happy if you can't provide the happiness that they need? Like, I could provide the happiness you want. Your own place, your own space, a space to make content, ring light. I could provide all those things. But if you don't want to make me happy, then why are you still trying to be attached? Like, just let go. Like, disconnect. Like, I feel the tension in my shoulders. I feel all like, let go. Like, seriously, let go. Like, just go somewhere else. Cause you see, like, as soon as now my throat chakra is clear. Like, just let go. If you don't want to help and you just keep trying to hinder, just let go of me. There's somebody else who wants to deal with all that with you. They will put their life on the line and die for you. It is not me. I will only die for my son. And I still can't do that, because if I do that, then who he gonna have left? And so I've never understood that concept, like, reflection. This car is trying to rip. Wintertime, man. Wintertime gonna rip you to shreds, boy. We in the thick of it. They say, go ground yourself. Go ground yourself. Go ground yourself. Go ground yourself. In spring equinox, you're going to be rebirthed in the springtime. That came out yesterday. That's a pattern. Okay? Somebody's concerned right now because you're waking up to the truth. And it's like, the truth is the truth. And when the thing is, other people are now benefiting from, and you're reaching an achievement. Other people have benefited from the way that this person has treated you, collective. So they're not fighting for your rights because they benefit from this person doing you dirty. You understand? People are not fighting to keep you safe because they benefit from how this person is operating. Because of what you are. This person has gained access to you in a way that they didn't deserve, and they gave that same access to complete strangers. And the reason that people aren't helping you out is because, well, they rather have access to the energy that you are than do what's right and put that person in their place, not realizing if less people like that existed, they'd have access to their own energy. That's the part that they're not realizing. If less people who wanted to overstand you and make all these networks and algorithms and attach people by the mouth to the butt and all that weird stuff, that nasty necromancing, baneful magic. If people like that didn't exist, you pure people would have more access to your own energy. So the part for me doesn't, I don't understand it, because it's like, how could you sit here and want, look, chakras, you want somebody else's chakras blocked, you want somebody to not be able to get away from somebody that you know is no good for them, have animosity toward the person even for trying to break away. But if less people like that existed, you have more access to your own personal power. A lot of people can't sit with that because it's like they rather do the lazy work and just be able to vibe off South Node energy. They rather be in that South Node sexual lust energy because it's easy to exist in it. It feels good. It does. Like, sex feels good. It really does. That doesn't mean you need to have it all the time, though. It's draining. It drains your life force. You're not supposed to be having sex all the time. You're supposed to be locked in with your husband at all times and not worried about nothing else but you and your husband. Watching things that empower your mind, watching things that uplift you, you know, motivational speeches. And if you got to do a little, you know, invite your female, you have your algorithm of your female friends. Who do you call when you need to, hey girl, hey, how you been? How are the kids doing? They're doing good. Oh, wow. You got anything new going on? Oh, I just joined this community and we're doing this. Oh, that's amazing. Like, but people like me, we don't even get the ability to build situations like that with people, because it's like, as soon as we start doing that, the old come around. And then people who are actual enablers in your aura will allow a person's energy to come through and taint you. Oh my God, look at this. False statements have been made about a commitment. This is all about death magic. This is not a marriage. Look at that. Came right on the cards. False statements, commitment, death magic. Excuse me. Somebody spiritually trying to marry you just so they could kill you. Do you know how many times it's bottom of the deck? Thief. I don't think people understand, because they want to be a boss with your gifts and leave you mentally unstable and be a flying monkey in your life. This piece of shit. And you know how many times this person said, why don't you just die already? Things like that. People like, then why do you keep bringing it around? The person keeps using the fact that they said that I stole their phone because I had threw their phone out the car. I had threw their game system out the car. I threw both of their phones out the car. Now this is, y'all, I can't make this up. This is how I know I'm psychic and I'm intuitive. I threw both of their phones out the car because I said to them, I said, oh, let me hurry up and call them. I don't want to be in front of your house because I don't like your neighbors. They're racist people. I saw like the people, the funeral home were like doing this with their heads, like kind of like banging down on my energy, essentially, like kind of like trying to trap me in their energetic bubble, like hurting me, like legitimately doing things to hurt and harm and hinder me. The individual's name Michael. The lady there that works at, her name is Donna. They got a Jamaican lady that works at the front desk that does root work on everybody that comes in there. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to let y'all be free and have me all buried underneath. Like, y'all the ones that's like banging on top of my head and making me feel like it's a problem. I called basically. Okay, let me go down. Let me run down. So essentially, on Christmas Eve, they said, let's make content together. They called me over there, said, make content, come pick me up. I said, why can't you just drive to my house? Right? He has his own car. Just drive to my house. Just come meet me where I'm at. It's always get in your car, come get me. So I go, I'm like, I don't want to sit in front of your house. I don't like your neighbors. I start seeing people across the street, the funeral home, being weird, doing all that weird shit, all that energy, motioning, trying to come over top of my and overshadow the energy. So I'm like, no, fuck that. This white lady, all these random people, a dude in a blue car, a dude in a gray car. And again, people I called later on that day, and I'll tell you why. So that's how I know their names, the directors of the company, right? Fuck them people. The name is Bourgeois Funeral Home on Powder Mill Road. Fuck them people. Fuck that corporation. They over there doing root work and spell work, trying to overshadow and overstep on people like me, bothering me when I ain't got nothing to do. Like, my body shouldn't hurt this much just for you, and y'all feel this good? How? I felt all their energies try to run through my personal portal when I was calling, but I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. So I go over there, I felt them doing all that weird energy work. I said, I can't stand in front of your house because it's Christmas Eve, my family feeling good, I'm feeling good. I don't want nothing to do with this. Let me know when you're ready to come out the house. You told me to be here at 1:10. It's 1:05. I'm calling you. You ain't even dressed. I go down the street. I'm waiting. I call them. They say they ready. They said, oh, they in the car. We driving off. Oh, I didn't get my earrings. So now we got to drive back to the front of their house for them to get earrings. I drive off again. I said, I'm not sitting out front of here because it shouldn't take you this long to get earrings. And I start seeing the people drive out the parking lot doing that same old weird shit. Yeah, trying to, get motion, using their wheels to collect energies. And they seeing what's going on in my family. They see how, the energy's moving and percolating. And they just trying to get into it and really step on it. Like Powder Mill Road, Bourgeois Funeral Home, ran by Donna. Her father, her family, they're linked into Prince George's County Police Department. This shit is a whole entire business, an operation, so to speak. Just driving past there is taxing. But let's continue. So it's Christmas Eve and I'm driving past all of that, okay, whoop-de-whoop, blah, blah, blah. I drive down the hill again and I'm like, okay. I'm like, what the fuck is taking so long to get earrings? Like, this nigga came and I look into my seat. I'm like, oh, both his phones are in the car. That's what made me say, oh, because I would have just called him and like, okay, be outside and be ready so I could come get you. Like, right. I tried to call. I realized both of the phones are sitting in my front seat. I'm in two-way traffic in front of the funeral home and in front of his house, which is literally across from the funeral home. I'm beeping my horn. Beep, 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 beep. He's sitting in his car, which is right at the curb, right at the sidewalk, in the driveway. It was so loud, his stepdad, who was in the house, came out the house to see what was going on. I started feeling him throwing energy at my throat chakra. I said, oh no, see, Yeah, I already know what's going on here. Yeah, I gotta get the fuck on. Okay, you know what? I yelled at when I said, come get your stuff, but I started feeling like I couldn't. My voice started feeling like it was fading again because they be doing that throat chakra, that manipulation. You hear? So, with all that being said, I got fed up and I took all their belongings and I threw them out my car. A Santa outfit, the 2 phones, and a Nintendo Switch. I know that I threw all of that out the car because I'm like, oh, his black phone. And I saw the black case on the phone. I'll never forget it because I'm like, oh, because that's how I knew. I'm like, oh, both of his phones are in here. I can't even call him on his other phone number to get him to come outside. He goes MIA the whole entire day. I start feeling like energy's being attacked through me. I finally go and I'm like, let me go clean up my mom's energy. Maybe they're doing something to my mom. Maybe it's my mom's energy was the biggest because we all are her children. As soon as I cleaned up her energy, that's when he called me immediately. That's not a coincidence. I'm just waking up, man. Okay. Come bring my stuff. I'm like, your stuff is outside of your house. I threw it out the car. No, you didn't. Fast forward, he pulls up to my house, but I called the funeral home. I'm like, hey, who's over there? I would like to see the cameras to see who picked. I want to see who picked up the cameras off the street. I want to see who picked this up. And I pray that this didn't mute me just now. So they still have not let me see the cameras myself. They told me the lady has access to the cameras on her cell phone. But they've never, every time I would call and be like, can y'all let me see? Can y'all let me come up there and talk to y'all? They would say, okay, we're going to get in contact with her. We'll call you back. They never will call me back. Do you know that this boy finally confessed? He said, oh, the police brought me my phone on New Year's Eve. You fucking bitch ass liar. You've had the phones the whole entire time. He probably even has a Nintendo Switch. Because knowing him, how smart he is, he would obviously go and see like, oh shoot, she probably threw my stuff out the car and went to go pick up his stuff. But he been playing with me like, oh yeah, Well, you owe me money. You know, he came over my house and went through all my money, kept sending my money to his Cash App to go buy weed, to go buy stuff, to leave and get candy, stuff. So I could potentially have been fucked up and not been able to pay my rent or my cell phone bill, which I told him was more important than his Nintendo Switch. This is how fucking evil this piece of shit is. Because if I have $200 and I'm this close to getting another $100 to give you what you need, why would you want to spend that if you really wanted a Nintendo Switch? Because it has nothing to do with the Nintendo Switch. I pray that the volume isn't muted. Because magically he got his phone back on New Year's Eve. But not the Switch. That boy had that stuff the whole entire time. And he don't want to admit it. And then I had money to pay my bills and be minding my business. He came over here and tried to terrorize me this past weekend. But those are the people that y'all support in the algorithm. That's the kind of energy that y'all keep up these days. Carry on with that bullshit. Remember, here on this platform, you are heard, seen, and loved. Remember to have peace, love, and hair grease and everything in between, because it's your tools in your body help you manifest your dreams and let nobody take advantage of you. Peace. Oh, and remember, can't nobody stop you or block you but you. So, yeah. Put them where they belong at, not in your life. Period.